Hello and welcome. My name is Brock Lee and this is another episode of the World Vegan News. The news where we get inside your head like a brain computer chip. This episode is brought to you by VivoLife, the #1 premier vegan supplement company with the best protein on the market, as well as BCAAs, greens, and other products, with all new omega-3s that have just launched. Check out the link and discount code below to support the show. Now, just jumping right into it, for our first story here, we visit one of our favorite vegans, Miley Cyrus, as she has just launched Lowell Farms in Los Angeles, a restaurant where you can order a batch of vegan nachos and a marijuana joint.
Hey man, am I driving okay?
I think we're parked, man.
Yes, your ears did not deceive you. They offer a full food menu, but also a full weed menu, and you can smoke inside the restaurant. Watch, now that the gates have opened, 1,000 places across LA will open where you can smoke weed. And I'm okay with that. Next up, people thought it would never come, but McDonald's has just launched the PLT, the Plant, Lettuce, and Tomato Beyond Burger in Canada. The new meatless burger will be tested in 28 locations in southwestern Ontario for about the next 12 weeks. Of course, you have to order it without mayo or cheese, but unlike the US locations, the fries are 100% vegan in Canada. God bless those Canadians.
These are Canadian ABCs. Susie likes hairy balls. What do you think of these?
Now, in an incredibly ironic move, Seaworld has announced they'll be serving Impossible Burgers nationwide at all their locations, likely due to the plummeting sales of last year by the tune of $30 million. So, they reduce cow consumption, but still force sea life to live in incredibly small confinements. This would be pretty similar to the American Cancer Association offering free cigarettes at their events.
Yeah, I'm aware that a lot of you niggas don't like me, but I don't give a fuck.
Privyet, comrades! Russia produces its first lab-grown meatloaf weighing in at 40 grams for the small tune of $14,000. Not quite economical yet. But they say by 2023 they will be able to drop the price to $5.50 per pound. Going along with this story, there is news that a new lab-grown meat coalition has formed to get cell-based foods in stores very fast. The group, called the Alliance for Meat, Poultry and Seafood Innovation, or AMPS, AMPS, is made up by companies Blue Nalu, Finless Foods, Fork and Goody, Just, and Memphis Meats. AMPS Innovation aims to tackle obstacles presented in the cellular agriculture industry by moving toward getting their products to the consumer faster through the proper regulatory frameworks and with transparency in mind. No matter where you stand on lab-grown meat, this will drastically reduce the demand for animal slaughtering. How do you feel about lab-grown meats? Next up, a vegan woman presses charges against her friends who fed her real chicken while she was drunk. A 24-year-old woman who's been vegan for 10 years posted on Reddit explaining, 4 nights ago, I was at a party, and I'll admit, I got white girl wasted. And my friends thought it would be funny to feed me chicken nuggets as a prank. She says, I checked with them before chowing them down. Are these vegan? To which my friends replied, yeah, they're sun-fed, which is a brand of vegan chicken sold in Australia and New Zealand. They tasted off to me, but I figured it was probably just because I was drunk, and I was wrong. Her friends recorded the whole thing on Snapchat, showing her a vegan nugget packaging, then feeding her the actual chicken nuggets, and finally mocking her. The 24-year-old took the video to the police, and her friends are facing charges now for food tampering. My personal advice? Stop being those people's friends. Australia is filled with tons of vegans who are very passionate and are very welcome to being your friend.
Get off my f***ing country!
And now, in my favorite piece of news today, California becomes the first state in the USA to ban fur outright. The law will go into effect on January 1st, 2023, and violators will be fined with up to $1,000 and or serve up to 6 months in jail. I'm opting for that one. We gotta give a hand to Pamela Anderson, who's been pushing for fur banning for years. This is an absolutely huge win. Next up, a lot of you guys know this, but the vegan documentary The Game Changers has officially launched on Netflix. So if you haven't seen it yet, I've yet to see it, but I've heard some very good things about it. You can go see it for free on Netflix right now. To those of you who have seen it, I would like to know in the comments, what did you think? Now in our next piece of news, Airbnb's new travel experiences bans dolphin selfies, elephant rides, horse racing, and more. Last week, Airbnb unveiled Airbnb Animal Experiences, a new program designed to help connect travelers to animals through more than 1,000 different experiences crafted using the company's new stringent animal welfare standards. The policy of Airbnb's new experience offerings excludes companies that exploit wild animals for entertainment, such as Seaworld, wild animal circuses, roadside tourist attractions that profit from animal shows, and more. Not to double dip in this episode or anything, but Seaworld. Now, as we know, Thanksgiving is coming up and Herbivorous Butcher is launching new vegan stuffed turkey to 62 Whole Food markets in Southern California, Arizona, and Las Vegas. Now, my personal favorite is the Gardein roast, so I'm excited to put this one to the test, but one thing is for sure, turkeys are celebrating everywhere with another plant-based option to choose from instead of eating turkey. A new study has released saying that cutting down on meat is pointless. An American Cancer Society and 12,000 doctors disagree. A study published in the Annals of Internal Medicine, AIMS, never heard of it, has stirred controversy amongst the medical community. The study goes against piles of current research conducted by the World Health Organization and the American Cancer Society. The American Heart Association and many others have also filed a petition to the Federal Trade Commission against AIM for disseminating publicly harmful information. I mean, obviously, the AIM is drunk, but we already know that plenty of Americans are going to use this study as a citation for the reason why processed meats are perfectly healthy. Which just goes to show that most of North Americans are drunk.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt. I think I might have had a little bit too much to drink.
In a new episode that aired Thursday of this week on the animated show South Park, they go into the topic of veganism. They go and talk about Impossible Burgers, and they also make their own plant-based burgers, and I have to say it's quite a hilarious episode. For those of you who have seen it, I would love to know what you thought in the comments below. For those who haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It's on Hulu, and it's hilarious. And for our final story, Chipotle rewards customers for ordering meatless options in October by giving 150 points for those ordering vegan options such as sofritas every Monday of October. So, get over there on Monday and get your points. It's awesome to see that Chipotle is in fact not drunk.
Julian! Don't know where I felt like I could get a little drink around here, do you, bud?
And with that, my friends, we have reached the end to another amazing episode of the World Vegan News. As always, a big shout out to plant-based news, veg news, and Live Kindly for keeping us up to date daily. Consider becoming a member of the channel so that you can support these episodes. Your membership helps pay for upgrades like a teleprompter and production fees like editing. Also, I wanted to say a special vegan happy Halloween to all of you who are watching. And finally, I wanted to mention that the guy, Brian Turner, who runs this channel, is going to be gone for the next 10 days in London for the London Veg Fest UK. So if you're gonna be there, make sure you come and say hi to that guy, whoever that guy is. Don't worry though, I have insider tips that Brian Turner has set up some scheduled programming for you while he's gone. Thanks for joining again, I'm Brock Lee, and we'll see you on the next episode of the World Vegan News.
Lift heavy or die Myron, motherfucker.
Give me a week.